Hi, my name's Zoe Brogan. I'm a painter based in Meetung in the East Gippsland, and I just actually wanted to show you around my studio quickly while I'm just letting you know what drew me to the area. As you can see, I'm pretty inspired by the coastline, the beaches, the local environment, all the different textures that East Gippsland has to offer, and just the environment of being able to get out there amongst nature, in the wild, experience what it feels like just to smell and breathe in the sea, and then also the beautiful bush and flora that you find all throughout this district, not to mention going fishing. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to be, full of inspiration. I just actually wanted to show you a bit about my process and how I create. I've got two main ways of painting. One which is a totally free-form, chaotic way of painting where I just get colours down, just the intensity of actually painting, and then I bring an image out of that. That tends to be the basis for a lot of my florals or my more really abstract work. And then otherwise, I'm really inspired by the sea, by fishing, by just what it feels like being on the coast and the smells and the sounds and the textures. And I actually use a lot of found materials, which I use some mediums to stick this to the canvas. This is actually shells that are already on there. And this is all part of Lake Bunga. So this is a series that I'm doing of mini works. And then I just get onto the canvas and I just start working. For me, the main process of creating is actually just about doing it. It's the process of painting, and that brings the ideas forward. So the act of painting is my creative process. I don't have a picture that I work from. I have more of the feeling of what it's like to paint, and then that reconnects me with a sense of place. I'm constantly working on many works at once. I work between the seascapes, the boats, I work between the florals, and just keep going. I'm always creating, and I find it easier for me to keep working on multiple pieces at once. And I'm just a really hands-on painter, so I'm just going to get in there. I'm going to start to create some life. For me, it's all about how it feels, and how it feels in East Gippsland, what these boats mean to me. I haven't seen them for a while because we've all been in isolation and lockdown, so I can't wait to see them again. But it's the energy, the rawness, and just keeping on going. And by working on many pieces at once, it just gives me that freshness, and it also makes me really economical with the paint. I paint in a tiny space. This room's only 2.7 metres by 3.2. It's nothing. I fit everything in here, and it puts up with my energy and my creativity and my mess, so I'm incredibly blessed. Alright, so isolation for me has been about keeping the creativity flowing and keeping the works going. But I've only been able to do that because I've got an incredibly supportive home life. My partner Ben and I are really close, and we've walked through this journey of isolation and just a different way of being together. When we get frustrated and a bit scared, we're able to talk that through. So isolation has been a process of me reconnecting with what's really important. I'm incredibly blessed here in East Gippsland. I've got food, I've got roof over my head, I've got shelter, I've got a little bit of work. I actually have to go out into the supermarkets and do some work as an essential worker to get a bit of extra money. But it's about really valuing what you can do with what you've got. And I've got so many resources. I've got so many beautiful images of what I've experienced here in my head, and I can keep working on that. And I do. Just keep that energy and that hope alive. So isolation has probably been a very proactive time for me creatively. And I'm very, very grateful. The one thing about this whole experience with COVID-19 and what we've all been faced with is learning how to do things differently, how to make more use of what we've got and how to appreciate what we've got. And the one thing I think the arts community can really get out of it is a sense of play and wonder and actually just doing the process of creating whatever it is. If it's cooking a beautiful meal, if it's building something in the garage at home, fixing up a surfboard, making a table, I'm not sure, but it's about connecting, playing, doing in a different way, and remembering that we're all going to get through this together, and we're going to be a bigger and brighter community because we've experienced this challenge, because it makes you appreciate.